Here we are, CTE, Career and Technical Education, and what is on the horizon. Right now, we currently offer 23 MSDE approved programs of study, from health to auto to electronics to childcare, cosmetology, culinary, whatever your student may be thinking about, what that question will be. What are we going to do when we get out of high school? We're going to go to work, we're going to go to school, but either way, we got to make some money. So we, like at CTE, would like to offer that opportunity if they can gain a skill while they're in high school to actually become career and college ready. Our programs are aligned with certifications and licensures and requirements. Between 3 to 11 credits can be earned by successfully completing one of our pathway programs. So here at CTE, there's a variety of ways to get both career and college ready. Our programs are now moving into another direction to making sure that all of our businesses and our industry needs are met. Right now, there's a high demand for high qualified, high wage, and highly skilled employees. And that's what we bring to CTE. With a partnership with our program advisory committee, that's our industry partners, and we are finding that the shift is being approved, moving to being going to approved sites, approved apprenticeship programs, places where students are actually earning while they're learning. And that is the new thing, a new way, a new approach of looking at CTE. We are looking for those non-traditional students in our programs. So we have a young lady or someone who is not typically seen in the industry as welding. We welcome that. So we're not that one that says you can't do. It's open to all of our students, no matter what, all of our programs. We welcome that. We are focusing on our blueprint, the blueprint of Maryland that's coming out, where by the 10th grade, all our students are pursuing a pathway that has some idea they're in a pathway of what they're going to do and what they're trying to achieve by their senior year. And those pathways may include college prep programs, as well as early college or finishing up a CTE program. And the intent and the impact on our current model is we're trying to be at least 45% career college ready by the time they graduate from high school. What does that look like? That all of our students, the majority of our students, are actually working when they're leaving high school to minimize the debt of going to college, but assisting and actually gaining a skill and actually working in that workforce. So that is our shift and our move again in CTE. Our program's quality index data is always data driven. We take a look at our graduation rates. We take a look at what our students are enrolling in. We take a look at that success rate. What are they doing when they leave? Are they maintaining, are they sustaining in our community? We are constantly looking and revising and revamping all of those things that makes our CTE programs successful. We encourage the dual enrollment that you just heard, but we also ask that you take a look at going back to our community as putting our students to work while they're in school. Our CT focus within our Maryland Blueprint right now, that career counselor, we're partnering with the North Shores Workforce Alliance, Warwick Community College, Wycomico Public Schools. Everyone is kind of finding their spacing to actually work together for that common goal of making sure that student is prepared and has credentials and has licensures by the time leaving CTE. Right now, the apprenticeship program and work-based learning, they're two different programs. However, they meet the needs of our students. They're not actually driven into a classroom academic side, but they're partnering with our community and our industry partners, and they're learning on the job. Our CTE participation and enrollment data can always be looked at and reviewed on this website, and it actually gives us an idea, and you can see the demographics and the background of how many students are in our programs and exactly where they are. This is good for our programs when we send it up to MSDE, when we start talking about fundings to going back into our programs, and when we talk about to our industry partners and our program advisory of how we are need to address the needs of our students. So we're looking at that 8th grader who is coming in as a freshman in a high school, who always has an idea, has come over and looked at our school and says, hey, I really want to take a course or try out a course. So we get them into that ATEX rotation very quickly. But then again, if they don't, not for sure as a 9th grader, they still have the opportunity as a 10th grader to come in and try out 4 of our programs, and hopefully one of them connects with the instructor, with them, and they make a perfect match and they stay with us. So not only would it be CTE a completer, they will also become an academic completer as well and enter into that dual enrollment situation. Entry points and exit points for our students is very important of how they come in. Again, they could come in as freshmen or sophomore and stay with us. They can leave us as juniors and still come stay with us and do a work-based learning experience, or they can even do an apprenticeship, which is geared to a student that may not actually have an opportunity to do CTE or finish CTE, may not have a clear pathway to graduation, but have an interest of going to work in a non-traditional atmosphere, and that's what we do for apprenticeship. So there's always opportunities and options that's available for CTE. And again, meeting the needs, talking with their students. Our guidance department, Mr. Ashby, which in our supervisory department, actually sits down with our students and actually is talking to them and find out what their plans are and where they're trying to go, and trying to gear those pathways for that student. And not all of them actually fit in a nice complete package, but if we continue to work and talk, we can mesh things together, we can work it out within our guidelines of Wycomico County Public Schools. Questions or concerns? That was quick, wasn't it? Anything for me?
I just had a question.
Yes.
What does ATEX stand for?
It's our advanced technology exploration. That's a time where our students come in and do a rotation. They get 4 rotations. Each rotation is about 10 to 11 days, and they get to choose 4 classes. For instance, you may have a student that would try the construction cluster. So they may do welding, electricity, masonry, and they may actually throw in an auto tech, which is not part of construction, just to put a filler in. And after those 4 rotations, they would sit down and they'll fill a form out. They would send it to our guidance counselor, Mrs. Hughes, to say, hey, I really do enjoy that electricity class, or I like that masonry class. And that way, the teacher actually, or instructions actually have a list, and they trying to match it up to see if there's a perfect match with student, instructor, wish list, and then we move forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Allison, I was telling them about the summer program that you oversee. Do you want to tell them a little bit more about that? Because we have, many high school parents on right now, so it might be very
Sure
helpful to
can.
them.
Sure, Kate, I will. Summer Crew. Summer Crew is a 6-week program where we take entry level. It doesn't matter from ages 16 years old, if you're incoming or going into the 10th or the 11th grade, that you're able to work for 6 weeks. You will become Wycombe County board employees. So everything that we do to become employees, you would do for 6 weeks. We have a 3-day orientation. You will make 20 hours on the workplace, 5 hours at the school for studying. We work on our soft skills, communication, team building, community service projects. A lot of things all work together. The places that we try to actually work you in, get you employed is in our nonprofit areas. But right now I'm doing a shifting. Everything is again shifting. I'm using it as in the recruitment. So I'm looking at places like right now, Title Health, ED Supply. They're looking to hire some students. So they're taking the 6 weeks as a recruitment session. They're looking at you, they're interviewing, they're talking to you. And maybe after 6 weeks, they may take you on and keep you and hire you. But that is what the purpose is for the crew. You will actually you get fingerprinted, blueprint, fingerprinted, background check. You'll be able to earn a paycheck. And again, I heard it when Mrs. Shaw was talking about colleges. We parents, we treat this just like a job. We won't talk to you after they become employee. They are now employees. So we build that communication and that connection with our students. You're responsible. You can earn 2 credits. You can earn 2 credits this summer. And then if you come back with me, the following summer, you earn 2 more credits, which will give you a completer for a CTE. So there's another option for those that are looking for something to do in the summer. My recruitment period has started, and it was actually ending in April the 29th. So if you're interested, you need to send me an email at acornish@wcboe.org, and I will respond. So there's some things that you need to get to do, because we need to have everybody online, everybody ready to go by May, so that we can start on time.
And Ms.
Thank you.
Cornish, I would just like to add, so this is April Shaws, high school counselor at Mardella. I think sometimes there's a misunderstanding that students can't do it all. Like if I want to go to college, maybe CTE is not the fit for me. And that is just not true.
That's not.
Students can CTE, they can be taking dual enrollment, they can be doing AP. And I'll give you a prime example. We've had a student this year that's been accepted to UPenn, which is an Ivy League school, into the Wharton School of Business. It's the top business school in the world. And that student completed criminal justice as part of their high school plan, and is actually was just awarded a full ride to UPenn, which is absolutely incredible. So you can do all of those things and all the things we have to offer. You don't have to just do one and think, well, if I do CTE, I have to go right into the world of work, or if I do AP, I can't be doing CTE. So I just wanted to clarify that.
And that's also CTE has scholarships of their own. All of our industry partners, if you're going into 4-year colleges, we got the Haas Community Foundation. They give to our school and into our program for my engineers and high performance manufacturing students. Excuse me, if you're going into a trade, there's a lot of options. I always tell the students, keep in mind, no matter what you do, you have to go to work. If you're going to college, you still have to go to work. Why not gain a skill now so that you love what you do later? And it helps you support yourself as you're going to school. But if you're doing something that you love, it doesn't even seem like work at all. So that's the whole approach to CTE. And Skills USA is another thing that I do. And again, along the way is about networking and highlighting your skills and showing what you can do and what you've learned. And each level, each thing that you have an opportunity to do that, there are scholarships and monies and tools and everything available to you. Just keep your options open. and just be willing to try about anything. As Michelle says, try anything. It works.
Allison, there are two questions here for you.
Okay.
The first question is there a cap to the number of students you're hiring this summer for summer crew?
Nope, there is not. As much as money as I keep my recruitment open until my end date, and that determines my cap. I will tell my students right up front that before we get to that application piece, you got to have your original Social Security card, and you have to be able to have a Maryland ID. You have to have ID, not your school ID, but your original Social Security card and ID, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to complete the Whatcom County hiring process. They need to have those two documents. So if you don't have those documents, you got some time. Please make your appointments, get those documents, send me an email. I will respond. I will give you your dates. I will tell you everything you need to do. We will walk it through so that you have the opportunity to be qualified and eligible by that due date.
And the students who can be in this program are students who are going to be in 10th grade next year and 11th grade next year, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's the next question. Where do we find a description of the CTE programs on the Board of Ed website?
You'll go to the Board of Ed's website, go to at schools, and then you put career and technical education, and we're right on there. We have videos and everything right on our website.
Okay, any other questions for Ms. Cornish about CTE or summer crew?
And apprenticeships are coming up. Our apprenticeship program for Whatcom County Public Schools is growing. Right now, number one, we had Delaware Elevator. We also had the City of Salisbury Water and Wastewater Treatment. ED Supply Store is getting approved. Title Health for Child Care Center is getting approved. Salvation Army, Richard Hazel, Boys and Girls Club has been approved. So we're growing. So options are opening. So just be in touch with your counselors. You must be 16 years of age to even think about those. And there's a lot more requirements that we can talk about if anyone's interested.